make jam. And I've got a little story to tell you. A story of a wee girl called Rowan. And Rowan was maybe a wee bit older than Peter, maybe a wee bit younger, about Peter's age, I think. And Rowan was very excited because Rowan, this year, around September, around the time when the brambles are ripe and juicy and black, was told by her mother that yes, she was old enough to go out brambling on her own. And she was so excited. And she got the carrier bag and she put 2 or 3 carrier bags inside each other, because you've got to do that to collect brambles, otherwise, you know, the thorns rip the bag open and bramble juice gets all over you, and it really does look as if you've been in a fight when that happens. And she leapt out of the door. She was in a high-rise flat. She leapt out the door. She ran down all the stairs to the bottom of the close, and she ran out. And she ran along the path to the park. She ran behind the park. She climbed over a barbed wire fence, and she found a place by a burn where there were lots and lots and lots of ripe, juicy brambles. And she picked one, and it went in the bag. And she picked another one, and checked it for bugs, and it went in her mouth. And it was sweet, and it was juicy, and it was lovely. And she picked one, and she checked it for bugs, and it had a wee maggot wriggling in the bottom of it. And she went, ugh, and chucked it away. And this went on. That sort of pattern. Bag, 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 mouth, maggot, yuck. Bag, 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 mouth, maggot, yuck. And so on. And she had a great time, and her mind wandered, and she thought about all sorts of stories and songs, and wonderful things went through her mind, as they do when you're out in the fresh air with the smell of brambles and the buzz of insects, most of whom want to destroy you, but that's another story. And then, high up in the bramble bush, just beyond her reach, she saw the perfect bramble. Not just a good bramble, not just a brilliant bramble, the perfect bramble. Each little druplet, that's what you call the wee sacks where they keep all their seeds. The wee druplets, each little black druplet was perfect, deep shade of black, black hole black, with a perfect little highlight where the sun hit it. And it was fat, and it was juicy, and it was perfectly symmetrical in every direction. This was the most perfect bramble you could ever imagine. And she said, I will pick the perfect bramble. I do not care. I do not care about the other brambles. I will pick the perfect bramble. And next to the bramble bush was a tree. And she thought, if I climb the tree and reach over for the bramble, it will be mine. So she climbed the tree, and she got that kind of greenish bark colour all over her jeans, and she didn't care. And she made her way along the branches of the tree, and she reached out for the bramble, and the bramble went whoop out her reach. It went whoop. So she leaned over a bit more to grab this bramble, and she shuffled her way along the branch, which was getting thinner the further along she went, and she reached and she reached and she reached, and the bramble went whoop, out of reach. So she climbed down the tree furiously, and she found a stick, and the stick had a little V shape in the branches at the end, and she thought, if I use this stick, and if I get it just right with the crux of that stick right at the nape of the bramble, maybe I can tweak it off and catch it with my other hand. So she climbed the tree again with a stick in her teeth. and she climbed along the branch till it got thin and precarious and rather bouncy. And she wrapped her legs round the branch so that she could hold on, so that she could fish for the bramble with her stick and hold it with both hands. And she was leaning, and she was leaning, and she was leaning, and the bramble went whoop, out of reach. And she was about to turn back and get a bigger stick, but she couldn't turn back because she had overbalanced and she fell out of the tree and she landed in the bushes. And her clothes were torn and she had thorns in her and she had bumped her head and she was... And her bag was wrapped and she ran all the way home. And she said, all the way up the stairs into her flat. And she said, she said eloquently. And she was comforted by her mother, and she put on her favourite DVD and cleaned her up and got her some hot chocolate, and you know, she was pampered a little. And she said, Mummy, I don't think I'm ever going to get the perfect bramble. And her mum said, no, I don't think you are. And she said, Mummy, I don't think anybody ever gets their perfect bramble. And she said, no, I don't think they do. But I think you can get lots and lots and lots of brambles that aren't perfect, but are pretty good. And when you've done that, we'll make some bramble jam, we'll make some bramble pies, we'll make some bramble strudels, and we'll have a bramble party. And she said, yeah. So she ran out and she collected many, many, many brambles, and she didn't bother looking for the perfect bramble, she just got lots and lots and lots of good ones. And her bag was heavy with brambles, and she brought them home, and her mum made bramble jam and bramble pie and bramble strudel, and they had a bramble party, and it was wonderful. And the perfect bramble never did get picked. And that ought to be the end of the story, but there's a little coda to this story, and that is that they made so much bramble jam, Rowan and her mum, they made so much bramble jam that actually they couldn't eat it all. So they gave me a jar. And I'm going to share this jar with everybody here tonight. So at half time, we're going to have another couple of stories, poems, etc. And then we'll have a break at half time. And at half time, I'm going to pass around a loaf of bread and a jar of jam. And you can help yourself and you can sample Rowan and her mum's beautiful bramble jam. Yeah.